Welcome to the summary of knowledge and skills for Guitar Fundamentals 2 and Chapter 4. This chapter was a concise course unto itself on how to read music notation. In Guitar Fundamentals 1 we covered what's known as tablature, or tab for short, which gives you a really simple and efficient roadmap to show you how to read on the screen or a piece of music from a music book or magazine the information that tells you what string and what fret to play it on, so it's a graphic representation of how to put it on the guitar and play whatever it is that it's being represented in the lesson on the screen or in the music book or magazine. Now we've moved on to music notation, which is the universal form that's used for writing and reading music for any instrument. We of course applied it specifically to the guitar. So we learned the basic system of the treble staff and where the dots and beams are located so that you can do your E, G, B, D, F, every good boy does fine on the lines, or the FAC, the spaces, the face on the spaces. And we learned where those notes are physically located on the guitar. That kind of stuff can definitely take time. You want to test yourself with it. You can print out one of the fretboard diagrams along with the lesson scores to show you where those notes are in physical locations so that you can see it, keep it in mind, practice it until you know it yourself. We also talked about rhythmic notation, how the system of subdividing beats from whole notes to half notes to quarter notes to eighth notes works, as well as rests. I'll give you some simple examples. We also talked about other various aspects of music notation. For example, tempo, dynamics, basic phrasing, legato, staccato issues, things like that. This particular chapter was fairly dry in its presentation, in that we had to teach a lot of basic and sometimes boring, but nevertheless essential information and skills. You need to be able to understand, when you look at a piece of music, you understand what that notation means. Being able to sight read is a skill that will take a long time to develop and to practice and to get good at. We're not necessarily interested in being able to teach you to be a great sight reader right away here at Guitar Tricks, because that's a skill that takes a long time to develop. What you do want to do is definitely be competent, be literally literate in the language, the written language of music. You want to be able to take a piece of sheet music and understand what's written, if not be able to play it right away on the guitar. You want to be able to at least look at that piece of paper and say, aha, I know that's a C note, that's right here, and what they're asking me to do is play a C, a D, an E, an F, a G, an A, a B, and a C, and they're asking me to do it in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're asking me to play the notes from a C major chord and hold it for a half note. 1, 2, and then again 3, 4. So even if you can't do it right away, even if you can't look at the piece of paper, go bang, you read it right through and sight read it, you at least want to be literate. You want to know what all of those symbols mean. You don't want to be able to look at it and think, my gosh, I'm illiterate. I have no idea what all of this stuff is. It's just bizarre hieroglyphics to me. You want to be able to look at it and understand what's on the written page of music notation. That's what this entire chapter was about. So I strongly suggest that if you don't remember any of that stuff, or you just kind of glossed over it real quickly, that you either go back and do it right now or make time in the future to go back over it more carefully so that you can comprehend and start to understand those things and remember them, put them in your memory banks so that they'll be at your disposal in the future when you need them. After you make sure that you have some of that knowledge in your mind, then you're good to go to move on to the next chapter.